Hello and welcome. Yeah, as the title says, Thralls. Where are they? On the Isle of Siptah. There's pretty much no information about this. All I could find was try to look at the lay shrines and yeah, summoning them in like that. They are not guaranteed, and it's pretty tedious work. Other than that, so far all I could find on the matter was that they don't spawn naturally like they do on the main map. So how do you get them? Now, first let's have a look. When you start up, you have a few options where you can start on the map. I chose this location here. You might know this, you might have started here yourself. And yeah, it's pretty easy here. You only get bothered by dogs, a few birds. Yeah, not a whole lot going on here. There's this little camp, NPC camp. You might know it, but all that spawns there are 4 sorcerers, a couple of low-level fighters, and a cook. Maybe a carpenter? I think a carpenter level 2, yes. But that's it. Where do you get the bearer? So I ran around and looked for NPC camps and yeah. Anyways, let's dig in. Thralls. Oh, what's that? A ton of them. And no, I did not spawn these in. They are all legit. Yeah. Very easy to get. Let me show you. The thing is, they really don't, as far as I know, they really don't spawn naturally. I haven't seen them spawn yet. So when I was exploring very early on in my new series, my playthrough series, which by the way you can find on my channel, you're more than welcome to look at. It's very fun, it's the first time on Siptah for me. I was exploring a bit and I was actually looking for the way to get the sorcery learned. And I came upon this NPC camp over there. Because I was looking for a cave, and caves normally are in mountains, and I was so on the map it almost looked like it could be in there. So more by accident than anything else I came upon this black dude who was called the jailer. And yeah, anyways, cages, they are the key. Now, anyways, I found a bunch of level 1 bearers. If you look at them, they have 10 slots. That's better than your average fighter bearer, fighter thrall, who has only 5. So I guess they can be useful. But if you can get higher levels, why aim for those? So at the beginning I was getting a ton of these and I was getting a bit frustrated, and because this is a low level camp I thought maybe it's only those that spawn. And then I got a level 2 and I was like, okay, interesting. And I got a bunch of those. And I got a whole lot more than are standing here, by the way. Yeah. I got me a pair over there, all clad in armor now. And then suddenly I began to get level 3s, and now they are useful. That's something entirely different. If you don't know how bearers work, at level 1 they have 10 slots, and this very family of bearers, I don't know it's the faction or what, but it's pretty consistent. They have all the faction names. It's a Shemite, Zamorian, Nordheimer, Vulcanian, Hyborian, and Zamorian. Over here, my followers are Zingaran and another Zingaran. Now, I was guessing these are normal exile bearers, so their stats all around are pretty consistent. They, yeah, let's have a look at them. If you take a level 1 bearer from this faction, they start with a vitality of 1. That gives them 445 hit points, which isn't a lot, but if you know bearers, they they get a ton of hit points. Now look at the bearer at level 2. Compare the hit points. This dude has almost twice as many hit points as the level 1. Now let's have a look. He starts with 2 in vitality. Now that's interesting. So that 1 point of vitality gives him a bunch more hit points. Let's look at the level 3 bearer. And they all look the same, by the way, with the stats. They all start out with the exact same amount of stats. Let's look at the level 3 bearer. Haven't leveled this is clean out of the cage. Has 3 in vitality and almost, well, already over 1,700 hit points. Now, to put this into perspective, my 2 followers here, this is the one with the least hit points. Look at her. It's a boy and a girl. Let's look at her. She's currently level 10. I just got her to level 10. And she has 15 points in vitality. And 4,500 hit points. Now I call that valuable, because she can also carry 20 slots. Well, if you give them food and a weapon, you deduct that, but you get the point. Now this one here, yeah, look at his hit points. He has at least 1,500 hit points more than she has, and he's also just level 10. He was lucky with the perks there. Hey there and welcome. So yeah, a ton of hit points, and he's only level 10. Imagine what this can get to at level 20 when he's maxed. Every level he has a chance to add more vitality on top, and his perks might do the same. I don't think it's unrealistic to expect this one could end up well over 10,000 hit points. A beast of a tank, in my opinion, and he can carry a lot of stuff. No, he doesn't have a name, but this is pretty nice. Yeah. Anyways, how did I do it, and how easy is it actually? Because you can do this pretty early on. Yes, that's my opinion, but yeah. Let's just... I will bring these because I don't want to drag out forever. Now I have a few ways to go around this. You don't have to do the same, but you could. Now there's a few things to consider here. It's an NPC camp, and there are a lot of NPCs. The earlier you come here, the more squishy you might be. Now there's an archer up here. Might want to take that out first. And you can. It's not resetting. You can't just take it out before it resets. Now these guys will attack me. I don't care because I got my bodyguards. I really just want to take her out, there you go, before she can shoot at me. That's the first dude gone. That's the first guards actually. Let's take a look inside. There are 2 more, usually a cook and some other. Ah, a tanner this time. If you need an early tanner, this is also a good place. As I said, quite often I find a cook there. So if you need an early cook, you know where to go.
You will never return to your den.
That's it. As usual, I let my thralls do the work. I could easily do this myself, but I would be confused and couldn't give you information meanwhile. That's those. Up here is a sorcerer. And as you might know, right now there's an event going on where you can collect skulls from these sorcerers. And they end up to be quite valuable, because if you farm this place, as I did, you end up with a ton of skulls. And for those you could either buy thralls for 50 coins each, or you could buy legendary items for 15 coins each, or you could get supplies for 5 coins. And yeah, let me just put it like this. In an hour, I guess in this camp alone you could probably get 150 coins. Yeah, that's a lot. You get rich doing this. Let's just pull this whole camp. It's one. No. Up here is another archer. Let me take her out. Oh yeah. Here we have the jailer. I wonder where my followers went. Here's the jailer. This is the guy you actually want to kill to get the key for the cages. And he drops it every time, and he's guaranteed to always be there. He will always be there. Now look, in his loot, he's got brimstone. He always has a lot of nice stuff to loot. And he always has that key. Make sure you loot it. Then we go up here. There's these sorcerers. There's one over here. I think he already is dead. Let's clear the area first, so I have a bit of a piece to show you that. Always make sure you get those skulls. This is where he's actually hiding. There's a chest and there's a ton of stuff in there. Always make sure you might as well grab some riches. This is alchemical base, super valuable. Loot it. Now, look at this. Yeah. Yeah. This is obviously not a bearer. No bearer pack. But this one is. The funny thing is, each and every time I come back here, there's a bearer inside. You can farm these. Let's take a look. I used the key I got from the jailer. You get the text, you rescued a thrall. This one is a level 1 bearer. Not super useful, but you get the point. You will get most of these. That's RNG for you. Then in there will be a ton of level 2s also, but as you see, and these are not spawned in, I got them this very same way. You also get level 3 bearers. Yeah. And for now I can't yet verify it because they are super rare. But I wouldn't be too surprised if you actually can get a named bearer in there. Then you can add more hit points, I guess, and definitely 5 more slots in the inventory. So these can be your super powerful pack mules. Now bearers, you always have to remember this. They have a damage multiplier that's a whole lot lower than your average fighter. Now if we take Miss Headhunter, who I love to take as a fighter, you can get her from those boxes at the moment. She has, I think, around 2 something. That's her damage modifier. That means if you put a weapon that does 10 damage, she actually does 20. Yeah. And bearers, at least on the Exiled Lands map, they only have 0.2.3. No, 0.23. Yeah, that means if you give them a weapon that does 10 damage, they only do 2.3 damage. That's not a whole lot. No, you might be right. But they make up for it with a ton of hit points. So, while they take aggro, you can chop down whatever they are fighting. Yeah, they are super useful. Now you can do this every time. I do play on single player, which made delving into this a whole lot easier. It works like this. I was having a few questions to how this works. First couple of times I came here, there was only this guy, and usually it's a low level fighter, level 1 or level 2 exile, and yeah, it's not what I was looking for. And then the bearer started to appear. Now, single player works like that. As soon as I go out of render range, everything resets up here. The sorcerer will be back. The jailer will be back. He will, by the way, always be standing here, overlooking this place. Always. He always stands here. And everything in this camp respawned. So I was wondering, would it be the same for the cages? And so far I found out that they are on a 15-minute cooldown. So in order to get the next bearer, I would have to wait 15 minutes. But still, in those 15 minutes, you could do a few things. There's chests around here, there's sorcerers around here. Yeah, I will be nice to this one here and just let her guard the area. Let me show you what you can do here in the meantime, if you choose to farm this. We can go over here. There's a few low-level soldiers. That's a level 3. That's probably the highest I've seen here so far. But no match, even for the low damage bearers I got here. Then we go over here. You could cross that bridge over there, but I wouldn't do that. It's another fighter. They hide in the shrubbery here. I will show you again on the map, because it is super easy. Let's move on. Because there are a number of sorcerers. There's 4 in total in this camp. There's another here, all by himself or herself. Let's get her killed. Remember, if you are new to this, you can kill them and loot the skulls from them. Now, if you deliver the skulls to the headhunters, you will get coins and materials. I'll show you. Just a second. Oh, where did she there? Oh, that's the chest. Oh, I'm over encumbered. How unfortunate. Lucky for me, I got the bearers with me. Not a problem. Let's see if we can find the last one. Oh yeah, right, I forgot. The last one is actually up there in that tower. So let me just show you what you can do with those coins. And the funny thing is, this is in very close proximity to this camp. If you continue down here, there is a Conan Headhunter card. You could choose Oh, now they will do carnage because I forgot to turn off. Let's just wait until these fighters are dead. I always forget that. There's so few NPC camps that are actually friendly towards you, so I didn't really give it much of a thought to disable this setting. But I will show you what you could do. Let's help out here. Otherwise it's taking too long. Oh, where did he fall? Huh? Never mind. Now, you could do this. Since this camp is so close, you could knock them out. The sorcerers, I mean. You could knock them out, leash them on a rope, and bring them over here. Now you would get a bunch of coins. See, you get the option to interact here. You would get a bunch of coins and some materials. You would probably get steel fire, alchemical base, demon blood, and your average gold coins and silver coins. So it's very useful. Or you could kill the sorcerers and just deliver their skulls here. Now let me do that. See, I got 5 obulus coins. That's already just one sorcerer is enough to get me 1 supply box. I'll show you what that is in just a second. That's the sorcerers I just killed. There you go. Now what did I get for that? I got a total of 18 obulus coins, 77 alchemical base, also from the ones I looted in the camp, 4 demon blood, gold coins. Further down we have silver coins, and you get steel fire, which of course you need to transform iron into steel. Now very valuable stuff you get here for super easy handiwork here. Now let me show you. There's a trader here. If you talk to him, you can get a supply box for 5 coins. I'll just buy 1 for now. I don't want to be carrying around too much stuff. Now they look very similar to these boxes the sorcerers drop, except that they have a blue ribbon, where the sorcerer box has a purple ribbon on top. Let me open this, have a look inside. That's 500 iron bars and 1,000 Highland berry bush seeds, which again you can put in the fluid press and get oil, which again is a very valuable item. Now, I don't know about you, I could easily buy 2 more boxes. You could do this faster than you can farm iron by itself. This is super OP. Now, what was this all about? This was about the bear thralls. Now you could farm them to get the level you want and get rich doing so. All you have to do is every 15 minutes make sure you come back to check if that cage has been occupied again. 15 minutes is also what these NPCs need to respawn. Yeah. Still guarding here. I forgot about that archer. Let me just have a quick drink here. Now they will have respawned. Not a problem. I can take them out myself. Just to make sure this is not just possible if you have thralls with you. You can easily do this by yourself. They don't have a lot of hit point. They have next to no armor. Yeah. Let's just move back here. Let me place my followers here, so I can get that level 2. No need to have her stand, or him. What I think, was it a guy or a girl? I forgot. No need to let it be killed up there. So let me just go and pick it up. Oh. Oh, what do we have here? We have a named
Taste death.
Tempersmith. Now, if you know the game, this is super valuable.
Gods take you.
That is actually funny that while making this, I faint. Oh no, they all have respawn. Let me knock this one out. This is such a lucky find. And as you saw, it all happened while I'm trying to show you this. Now this Barrett, well, I'm not really intending to keep it. I was just about to park it there, so that I can get more data farming this. Because I am kind of hoping that at some point I will get a named. And I want to find out how many it takes before that happens. Let me just pick her up. Oh, good job, you actually earned yourself there. There you go. That's it. That is how easy it is. And that Tempersmith, I think, proves that this camp early on in the game is very easy. Oh, that was stupid. Poor crocodile.
I will drink your blood.
Yeah.
I will feast upon you. God will have your soul.
Yeah, that was a mess. Anyways, let's park her. And I will even show you the walk home to my starter base. Just to show you how easy it is. How little opposition you meet on the way. Now there's this one croc. There's another here. We just killed that. Now I could easily show you a camp where you could do all of that, but to get there you have to go through super dangerous territory. This is not the case here. There's one crocodile. The other you probably on your way wouldn't even have to fight. Well, let's get back. It is super close. Yeah, that was a bit funny. Now, let's take a look at the map. I'm up here, and little spoiler, I will make a video on this. This is also where you find your sorcery, so you can learn it. Right up here. You follow this river, move your way along the shoreline here, and then you go down here where you probably spawn. You probably spawn somewhere here if you choose this area, which I highly recommend because it's super easy. Anyways, let's go home. So I got a free Tempersmith. That was a very nice surprise. I don't know if that is still the case, I think they changed that, but there was a time when you had a tempersmith, that's a blacksmith with the tempersmith specialization. If you put those into the tinkering bench, they could make legendary repair kits for you. You couldn't learn those yourself, you had to farm them, or yeah. So if you have legendary weapons, super useful. You meet a few dogs on your way, nothing too bad. Really, super easy stuff. Ah, he's bugging out. We'll let him. I'll just run home. There's a few more dogs up here, but still, it's no wolf. It's not even an art wolf. Getting hungry here. Come on. Seems my followers are bugging out. There you go. And yes, I know I used a steel cudgel truncheon for this. That was actually something I looted. I can't even make them yet. But you could probably do this with a normal wooden truncheon. It's the first thing you learn. And I'm only using the next tier of bindings. So nothing special here either. Plenty of durability on that to make it home. And I don't even have to fight those dogs. I can choose just to run along the shoreline here and meet pretty much no opposition at all. Now I built my first base up here. So that's why I'm cutting inland. And as you can see, it's not because I was running for a whole lot of time. And I'm almost home. There it is. There it is. And you spawn over there the first time you spawn in, if that's the location you choose. Yeah, there's a couple of bearers up here, so you can see I was actually collecting a lot of data to see what happens. There you go. Let's tame you. Now, until now, out of maybe 30, yeah, I think I opened 30 cages or something. I got 3 level 3 bearers, and I got a bunch of level 2s and level 1s. So yeah, early on, and I would actually go for them as soon as you can make a Wheel of Friendship, to be honest. You can do this super early, and I would, because they make life a whole lot easier. Farming becomes a sleepwalk thing. You can farm on autopilot. Just chuck your loot into them, and that's it. Again, let's look at the map. All you have to do, remember you spawn here the first time you start up the game. Probably you will build your base somewhere around here as well. All you have to do, follow the shoreline until the first river delta here. Follow the river upstream, and there you are. That's it. All the opposition you meet is one croc almost at the end. When you're almost there, And the rest of it, it's just dogs. Yeah, and they are your average starter mobs. They are super easy. So yeah, Thralls, easy, I'd say. Now I will delve into this. I will collect more data. I will see if I can get a name bearer from this. My guess is yes. I will probably just have to try for a while. I will not do this today either. I will do this at some other point. Anyways, I hope you found this useful. I was missing this information because my go-to is always the authority tree, so that I can have two. You see the last perk there, war party, so I can have two thralls out at the followers out at a time. And I either go with two warriors, or if I want to farm, I go with two bearers. That's how I always do it. You can farm insane amounts of materials. People might wonder in my build videos, how do you get all these materials so fast? That's how. You go out farming with two of these high level bearers and it's super easy. Super easy, really. Yeah, and I was wondering because on the Exiled lands they have a chance to spawn pretty close to the Noob River, and that's how I got my first named ones. I actually got them up there, and after that you can farm them at the den, where there's 3 spawn locations where they can spawn named ones. So yeah. Isle of Siptah was a lot different though, because the NPC camps I came across had no spawns, so I was trying to find out where do I actually get them. And what I found out was that they don't actually spawn. You have to find them by other means. And a lot of people on forums and stuff like that, they were saying, well, you can always go to those ley shrines and start a search. Yeah. Well, you could. I mean, your ley shrines are only in an area where it's not beginner friendly. There you have one. There you have one. There you have one. No, that's not one. I think that's one. There's one. And there's one. The problem with those is, to get there, you have to go to places that are not really beginner friendly. So, and even if, how it works is, you start an event, you need some items to actually spawn them in, and even then, it's not guaranteed you get them, and you might have to fight a whole lot of NPCs to actually have a chance. I don't call that beginner friendly. I was looking into the caged ones, but there was no information on it. So I hope I could help. Yeah, this is probably the earliest in the game that you can farm them. And you saw how easy it was for me. I mean, yes, I have those with me, but trust me, it's a low level camp. You can do it by yourself. Yeah. Anyways, if you like this, please like and subscribe. Yeah. And hit that bell notification. Maybe you can join me and see how I'm doing on my other base. I'm doing a playthrough divided into episodes. Each of them is a live stream. And if you like this, join me. Anyways, thanks for watching. See ya.